Rambo. I mean, it's going to be a jam-packed, fun week. I'm really excited. All the new stuff coming out. I hope you guys are excited like me. And, you know, I know that there's people out there who already got Watch Dogs for various different reasons. First of all, there's the standard lot of people who use underhanded means to get the games ahead of time, which they're not supposed to have. Whether it's paying off someone who got an advanced review copy and who was not supposed to give that copy to anyone else. And then so they go ahead and they do a playthrough of the game on YouTube already. People already have the whole game up on YouTube. I shit you not. Not that not that you should go watch it. Obviously, you shouldn't, because these are people who are using underhanded, illegal. By the way, it is illegal to break street date on these games. Which is why you cannot live stream Watch Dogs right now. Twitch has put their foot down very strictly and said, do not dare try to stream Watch Dogs until the 27th, because we will suspend your account. It is illegal to do so. YouTube, unfortunately, with their piece of shit copyright system, you know, you need to have someone who has some legitimacy to submit a claim against these people who are doing this. And so far, Ubisoft has not done so. So you got tons of people who got the game early through underhanded means who are posting up their playthroughs. Now, there are other people who I've been hearing. I see people even on the stream saying they ordered it online, and for whatever reason, Amazon shipped all the games early. Now, that's maybe even an Amazon shipping mistake. I don't know what it was. That's cool. If you got the game early through a mistake in the system or whatever, you shouldn't feel bad about that, right? I mean, now you should obviously feel bad if you're doing a playthrough of it, because they break in street date there, but if you're just enjoying the game for yourself, you know, no reason to feel bad about it. You should feel lucky. Wow, you lucked out. So I do understand there's a lot of people who got the game early and through legitimate means. That's cool. But, you know, I'd really dislike the people who go out of their way to find these really sneaky, underhanded means to try to get the game weeks ahead of time just so that they could do a fucking full playthrough and have it up before anyone else. So, you know, everyone gets those. I was saying this to someone on Twitter that I used to be known. And a lot of people don't know this because I've been, let's face it, I've been around the block, right? I've been doing this since 2008. Back in 2009 and 2010, I was basically known as the guy who gets games on release day, plays them on release day, does a playthrough of them on release day, and beats the game within a few days. I was the go-to YouTuber if you wanted to see someone play a game really quickly when it was released and beat it within a couple days, and that way you could judge for yourself, is this game good, do I want to get this game or whatever. I was the go-to guy, and I really feel that that was a huge, massive chunk of my viewership and my, you know, my popularity was based off of that. Today that's all gone because everyone seems to find these underhanded means to get the games ahead of time. I could name a few people right now, except that I'm not going to give them to popularity if people go and checking out their channels to see games ahead of time. There's one or two people who I actually respected on YouTube who I had talks with over the years about copyright issues and stuff, and then they've completely changed their strategy of how they release videos to just have a playthrough up a week before the game's out. And it's sickening that people would do that just to make money. And again, that's what happens when it's all about the money. When it became about the money instead of the love or the passion of what you're doing or video games in general. No, I just want to make a quick buck, so I'll get that game early and I'll put that fucking footage up early and hope that someone doesn't flag my video for copyright. There's a catch this week. We possibly have an opportunity to get our hands on a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 early. And it's through a favor, basically, and we're not, you know, it's not breaking street day or anything because we're not buying the game or anything like that. We're just getting an advanced copy, and then, you know, then we'll be legally purchasing our copies of the game on Tuesday when the game is released. So, I understand that there's plenty of people doing it. I'm not. This demo is for Resident Evil 6, and a couple things before we get started to clarify what's been going on. Earlier this week, this was released, it was actually released on July 3rd for people who had purchased Dragon's Dogma. Okay? Dragon's Dogma came with a code to play this demo. And unfortunately, Capcom decided, in all of their greedy wisdom, that the only way that you could play the demo is not only to save the code that came with Dragon's Dogma, but you had to read the fine print on the voucher sheet, and basically it said, oh, well, if you want to play this demo, you got to save the Dragon's Dogma disc. Now, there's no reason why, because this demo was not present on the Dragon's Dogma disc. They basically just wanted to give you a reason to keep the fucking disc so that you wouldn't trade it in and they would lose money from secondhand sales, or that possibly you would keep it and maybe purchase some of their future DLCs, which, by the way, were already stored on the game disc to begin with. But I digress. That has nothing to do with what we're doing today. But I did make a rant video earlier this week saying that I wasn't going to be able to play it this week. The reason that I am able to play it right now is because of all the controversy going around with this Dragon's Dogma disc, someone actually did download it and ripped it and put it on the internet. So I was able to actually get it that way, download it off the internet, format a USB stick to work with my Xbox 360, and load it onto my USB stick. It's actually not that hard. If you look online there, where I just very easily found a couple tutorials on how to do it. And so even though I do not support piracy, I do not. Number one, this demo, you know, it's not stolen content simply because you weren't supposed to pay for it. If anything, Capcom was going to rip me the fuck off because of their bullshit requirement for me to keep the Dragon's Dogma disc, which I did not do. So, since I've earned the ability to play this demo, I'm now going to play the demo. If you disagree with that, fuck off. How about that? Alright, what is up, everybody? Darkside Phil here, and this is the beginning of the summer of retro. Even though I do not support piracy, I do not. Even though I do not support piracy, I do not. Even though I do not support piracy, I do not. Even though I do not support piracy, I do not.